What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/world news. Armenia and Azerbaijan agreed to end the war. Yes, long statement here. Systemofadown.bandcamp.com. We as System of a Down have just released new music for the first time in 15 years. The time to do this is now. As together, the four of us have something extremely important to say as a unified voice. These two songs, Protect the Land and Genocidal Humanoids, both speak of a dire and serious war being perpetrated upon our cultural homelands of Artsakh and Armenia. Please, let's not let this go out of context. The reason for war was not rooted in either Armenia or Azerbaijan of the current era. This conflict has been there for 30 years and it suddenly burst, the BBC stated. At the same time, Moscow also has strong ties to Azerbaijan, which is being openly backed by Turkey, a NATO member. Russia has been selling weapons to both Armenia and Azerbaijan, so you have Russia making a ton of money by selling weapons to the both sides. Turkey restating their support of their Turkic neighbors and justifying an increase of military presence in the region. So these two seem to have won out of this. As an American, I am wholeheartedly surprised small proxy wars are being propagated because of profits. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. New York City to try responding to mental health calls without police. Practically every other YouTube comment. Yeah, I know. Cesspool. On police videos is some dipshit saying, can't wait to see how the crisis counselor disarms this guy with an R-15. Haha, they have no idea how dumb they look, parroting the same thing over and over. No dispatcher in the history of dispatches has ever sent a crisis counselor as the first to in active shooter call. Chat. Yeah, that's not realistic at all. Not saying there aren't situations when a social worker might get dispatched and a gun or knife or blunt object isn't concealed and then found out upon arrival. But the idea that they would get dispatched to someone opening holding any weapon, much less a rifle, is obnoxiously ignorant. Why can't we just have those guys in white coats with fishing nets answer the call like in our old cartoons? Fishing nets, in this economy, keep dreaming, savage. They use a giant burrito wrap in Japan. Honestly, some people just knocking on the door and rolling me tightly in a padded blanket would be a lot more effective than most crisis care I've received. Just call up and be like, yeah, I need the burrito, thanks. Even cops don't want to respond to those calls, regardless of what's going on in the world. This should have happened already. I think they should have police, but I don't think the police should be the focal point of the interaction. Too many dicks. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Gun stocks tumble after upbeat vaccine news, lack of civil unrest. Now let ammo prices tumble. Thanks, cold sweat smile asterisk 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 edit. This reply got lit quick. Folded hands, folded hands, folded hands. Please, I want to feed my old man rifles. 7.5 Swiss ain't cheap in good times. No clue, even 45 to 70 started getting hard to find. Nobody who is panic buying a gun for pandemic or civil unrest is going out to buy something chambered in 45 to 70. Gotta fight off that moose on PCP invasion. Boxes showing up mislabeled with System of a Down. Link. He come to town. Fear-mongering sells guns. When things are calm, gun manufacturers don't do as well. That said, I fully expect gun manufacturers to be pushing messages that vibe with a certain crowd in the near future. As someone who identifies as pretty far left, I can tell you the political will to take people's guns is way lower than solving the climate crisis, at least in my bubble. Liberal gun owner here, woo. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/world news. UK officially states China has now broken the Hong Kong pact, considering sanctions. If both North America and Europe coordinated heavy sanctions, I think that would significantly impact China. Edit. I don't know how I forgot how cynical Reddit is. If the rest of the world was like you people, we'd have given up and died out a long time ago. Incoming China bans on UK exports. It would also screw our universities that are already struggling with limited foreign student numbers this year financially badly, as the foreign students pay so much more in tuition fees that domestic admissions I can't see the government putting the UK further education system at such risk of financial ruin. Ha ha ha, sorry, but the UK government would absolutely do something to worsen the education system, whether they meant to or not. This is where the Western democracies have to make a stand. Like Ukraine, if they fail to hold oppressive regimes accountable for breaking treaties, what's the point of having them in the first place? Question. Back when Hong Kong belonged to the UK, did the UK offer UK citizenship to the people of Hong Kong? Why or why not? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/uplifting news. Sarah McBride elected as country's first transgender state senator. Oscar, state senator. I'm in Delaware. I voted for her and legit had no idea she was trans. Glad for the representation but also glad I didn't know and just voted for the better platform. That's amazing, and that's how it really should be. Just the person best fit deserves the seat. That's the entire reason that this is a big deal. People haven't been able to stop themselves from judging bodies over ideas up until now. That's what this news is covering. This is such a detractor statement. No one is saying she's a good politician because she's transgender. What's being said is that it is exciting we're in a time where someone like her can be recognized and represent people. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.